And it's Monday, and that means time for Greg and Joe show. What's up, everybody? How the fuck are you, Greg? Greg, are you there?
Joe, can you hear me, Joe?
I got you now. Okay. I pressed the button.
Okay.
Apparently, I didn't depress it hard enough with my mouse. That I apologize for. Greg, what the fuck is up, bro?
Same bullshit. You know, just a fly in the ointment, bro. Just a fly in the ointment. You know what I'm saying? Trying to wiggle and get myself out, but what are you gonna do?
Fly in the ointment. I am trying a new YouTube recording program today. So if anything gets fucked up, I want to just say I'm trying something new because I'm trying to get a better audio from the recording. So I'm using QuickTime, and I'm hoping the mic picks up better, and I'm trying to use a setting on the mic which will pick up better. So I was trying to do it right before the show started, do a quick 2-second clip to do a testing, 1, 2, 3, but I didn't have enough time. As I was doing it, I looked up at the clock, and I said, 3 o'clock. Can you ask Greg his opinion on leg extensions for quad mass? We're going to get into the New York Pro in just a second, Rock Bodybuilder.
Yeah,
Greg,
my opinion is
leg extensions are more for detail, not mass. What do you think?
But you can get mass if you're doing the right way. For a while, Joe, I was only doing leg extensions for a couple of years, believe it or not, and I my legs still got big. But I guess it depends on how you do them and who you are. You don't do shit like that too heavy either. That's ridiculous.
No, I like to do them fucking really slow and hold it at the top. You know, that's how I do those. Gonna give you guys a shout out. Corey, thank you. But that was just one thing. But obviously the New York Pro, I'll be the first to admit it. I did not see this one coming at all. I'm glad. I think it gave it a great storyline, obviously, with Sergio Oliva Jr. winning on Saturday out in your neck of the woods, White Plains, up that way, north New York.
Yeah.
What did you think of the show? Because I thought De La Rosa was, both of them looked good.
I got to be honest with you. I thought De La Rosa, his structure, he's broader, wider. Sergio Oliva Jr., I like that kid.
Yeah.
No diss. I like him. But he doesn't I don't like to compare him to his father. But his lines are not his father's lines.
No.
He doesn't have that huge, broad V-taper. He's got his obliques are a little bit strong. I mean, overall, De La Rosa's physique was better, but the conditioning, you have to give it to Sergio Oliva Jr. He looks great. He's a nice kid. You know, it just goes to show you, Joe, which was going to be one of my rants for the next Muscle Sport TV rant that I do, is one of the rants I was going to do is, because I in another video I blasted Schwarzenegger, that I did in another interview about not giving benefits, but and not helping bodybuilders. But Sergio Oliva is a perfect example of what I was talking about. Dave Palumbo was doing something about him, and they were talking about how the fact that he only had a one-way plane ticket out here to New York. He didn't even have enough money to get himself back. And he has no sponsors. Nobody gave two shits about him. I'm sure right now there's somebody who watched that and probably called him up,
Yeah. Well, we know that certain supplement companies don't pay. So he might get,
like Advanced Molecular Labs.
Maybe Sergio might get some real food offers. I don't know, but whatever. That's another story.
Real food. I hear you.
Somebody's bringing up Akeem Williams. I thought Akeem's gut was fucking ridiculous. Way too fucking. He's so out of condition.
I can't believe that. To be honest with you, Joe, he was the favorite going in there, man. Not for nothing. It was his show to lose.
I thought Juan was going to win only because Juan has won that show before, and he's been doing pretty good against some real tougher lineups in these Arnold shows that he's been doing overseas, and then obviously the one in Ohio to kick the season off. So I kind of was thinking Juan was going to he was doing really well with those shows, but he wasn't winning. He finished in second, I think, in South America. I thought maybe his timing was going to be better this time around, where maybe he was timing the other shows around the New York Pro since he's also won that. It's his hometown, and that would be an automatic ticket to the O. But He did a shoot for MD yesterday. Who? Sergio did a shoot, Nick? If Sergio did a shoot, that's a Blackman fucking move all the way. He won.
Yeah, but he ain't getting paid. Blackman can't pay
paid.
the people that work there now. Why? How could he pay? You know what I mean?
But he would pay Sergio something before he paid one of his workers, because Sergio is the flavor of the day today. But whatchamacallit, yeah, I thought that the show, the lineup wasn't a great lineup. Let's not try to fucking, say it was. It was not a deep lineup at all. And I think Sergio winning it gives it a little more oomph, a little more like wow factor to it than if De La Rosa. And it's not any knock on De La Rosa. It's just Sergio Oliva Jr. I mean, if his name was, Joe Oliva or Gregg Oliva,
he wouldn't have won. He wouldn't have won. He wouldn't have won. I honestly believe you're right with that, Joe. That's actually, Joe, you actually just brought up a good statement. I actually believe that that's right. There's no way. When I saw him doing shots next to De La Rosa had that granted, De La Rosa looked slightly pale, and he wasn't as hard, but I mean, his structure was way, way, way more superior. I mean, and I like this kid Sergio Oliva, but he's not. Yeah. His flaws, his lats are really, they're not really good. They're weak. No. His chest is kind of flat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying.
I thought he looked good. Obviously, conditioning was the main thing. I watched Dave.
Yes.
Cisternino's wrap up, and that was a big thing. We're going to get into the guy Cisternino thing in a second, guys. I want to definitely the 212 is another nice category to talk about. I was just looking for information about Guy right before we went on the air, practically before I was toying with this new video fucking thing. I have to write a story on Guy. I spoke to him on Friday. I'm doing a story for Gregory James's magazine on Cisternino, and I actually wanted to text him before and say, dude, what the fuck happened? Are you okay? Because he had to go to the hospital or something while he was after prejudging. And I said, I don't want to bother this fucking guy. I mean, it's not fucking fair to him. Some idiot like me is going to start texting him. But
I don't even know what happened to him. What happened?
I looked at the fucking scorecards. It said DNF. I started looking at I looked at his fucking Instagram, his Twitter. There's some stuff on his Instagram where he didn't post it, but other people were commenting on his last post about the New York Pro and was saying that there was something wrong. His skin looked fucked up or something, and he had to go to the ER, I believe, after prejudging. I think he's still in the hospital, VTH 189 saying. I don't know. That's another reason why I didn't want to bother the guy. I was like, I don't know what his status is. He might just be fucking down in the dumps, too, even if he's not sick still, let's say. But I mean, he was the defending champ into 212, and we'll talk about the 212. I definitely want to get into that. But Ronnie and Raquel, I always liked Ronnie. He was top 6 in the Olympia in the Open. This guy, years ago, and he's been a fucking great bodybuilder for years. But I didn't think I thought fucking Craig Richards should have won that one. But whatever. Well, let's stay on the Open while we're at it. Let's stick with that for a little bit, and then we'll segue into the 212 guys. So, I mean, Sergio, to me, I think it's a nice win, obviously. First time out of the gate as a fucking pro. De La Rosa looked very disappointed when they read the name. Second place. But, listen, John put a lot into this. He was in Kuwait months back, not for this prep, apparently. But he did go there. Hakeem was for Kuwait for this show. I think to have De La Rosa, now he finished 2 spots ahead of Morel. I think Morel was 4th in the show. And it used to be the other way around. Juan was like almost the big brother to John De La Rosa. It looks like it's almost maybe if De La Rosa can keep at this pace, that's a cool little rivalry. And they were buddies with Victor, so it's kind of cool, the 3 of them.
Right.
So that's, I think that was almost another interesting little tidbit. They're buddies. It's not like they're not rivals. It's a friendly rivalry thing between John and Juan.
Right.
And, I just
Dominican.
think that was, the Dominicans. And Victor kind of, he kind of like brought those guys up into the pros.
He mentored both of them.
Yes, he did.
Right, he mentored both of them. Yeah.
Why is he maintaining that crazy? Oh, they're talking about Kai Green. Kai Green, we spoke about it. I don't know if it was last week on this or Thursday's show. It was so fucking bad. He's not going to compete in Olympia. Hey, Jim, what's going on? How the fuck are you? Where is Jason Genova? I guess in Florida. I don't know. I spoke to Jason over the weekend. He's all excited. I told him his magazines. He's in the magazine and all that. But, yeah, I just thought Akeem way too fucking, spilt over. Had the size, and that's it. And then I thought that John looked really good. I'm trying to think who else was in that open. Let me just click. I got the fucking scorecards up on one of my own windows here.
But you know what, though? I gotta be honest with you. Sergio Oliva, the kid is got a. I like his attitude. I like his presence. I like all that shit. His conditioning was great, but his structure is not going to take him to no Mr. Olympia like his father. He's got high, weak lats. It's like his obliques are too strong. He almost slightly flares out at the bottom. His legs are good. When he does that overhead pose, I mean, aside from Lee Priest, nobody does it like his father. You know what I'm saying? Lee Priest and his father had that pose down pat. I like the kid. I really do. But I'm just saying, would he have – you brought up a good point. Would he have beaten – if his name was Joe Matarazzi, you know what I'm saying? Would he have beaten John De La Rosa? Because I really thought De La Rosa won the show. That's just me, though. And you and I both know John De La Rosa personally. He's a nice kid. He's a really good guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's one of the few guys that's got my respect, I can tell you that. And Cisternino is one of my boys. I've been friends with him he used to train at my gym when he was young. The gym I owned, you know what I'm saying? And here where I live. But he's a good kid too, and he's a hard ass worker. But we'll get back to him. But I'm just saying, did I give you enough time? Did you find what you're looking for?
Yeah, no, I'm good. It was Luis Rodriguez, I think that's the name. He finished in fourth, Juan finished in third. And it was funny that Dave on RX's wrap-up video said that before today, his claim to fame was beating Boston Lloyd in a Connecticut show with this guy. He looked really good. He's a new pro, obviously. And he looked fucking thick, this guy Lewis. So he's gonna if he keeps up his growth, and he looks a lot bigger than he did as a natural, as an amateur natural.
Wait, is that the kid that beat Boston Lloyd last year, Joe? The kid that Boston Lloyd?
Not in that Carolina show, in another show. I think in the other show that Boston did, not the last one he did. The one.
It was a kid that he was freaking out over. They were saying, "I should have beat him." Look, and is that the guy, or is that another guy?
No, different guy. Hey,
okay.
Barbells, what's up? What's up? Barbells is in the house. Shoe Smith, I saw Shoey on the fucking feed. What's up, Steve? How the fuck are you, everybody? So I kind of thought that the open class went pretty good as far as, if you can write a storyline, obviously you can fucking take your pick. I think any journalist, besides Ron Harris, and I use that term loosely when I put it next to his name, could have a field day writing the story about this with Sergio. There's so many fucking ways to put this one. It would be ridiculous. It would almost be like like take your pick of how to write the story about Sergio winning. We'll go to the 212 a little bit since we already touched on it a little. Craig the Diamond Richardson. Now, this guy's a fucking ageless wonder, bro. I mean, he's an open guy for years. Had a fairly successful career in the Open. I mean, I've seen him at the New York Pro in the Open fucking years and years ago. And he went into the 212 a few years back, and he fucking did really well so far. He's doing good, and I thought he should have fucking won the show. I didn't think Ronnie was in as good shape as he's been in the past. I thought Ronnie looked okay, but I thought Richardson was tighter. I thought he was bigger. not just in height, obviously, in fucking size, where it counts. And I thought this definitely should have been Craig Richardson's show, but I mean, I've always been a Rocco fan, so I'll never say Ronnie is, unworthy winner. I always thought he got overlooked many times when he should have placed better.
I forgot. I know Ronnie Rocket. I remember talking to him one time for about 20 minutes until I realized he wasn't the guy I was thinking I was talking to. I forget. There's another pro that looks like him. I forgot who.
Yeah,
I forgot who it was.
Unless you speak German, Ronnie wouldn't have been able to talk to you for that long.
Yeah, no, I was talking to him, but I forgot that I can't remember who the fuck I thought he was. Shit, I had the wrong guy. But
Ronnie is
his physique. I don't see how he beat Craig Richardson though.
Yeah, I mean he looked good, but do you think the guys will ever come? Do you guys think bring the Olympia back to the Garden? Absolutely not. I think it's in
never.
Forever. It used to be all over the place. I don't think the Garden wants any part of something like that. I know it was at the small Garden, which is, hey, Denise, what's up, man? That's the guy. Check out Gregg's interview on Denise's YouTube channel. Very fucking about 30 minutes long. Excellent fucking interview. I was fucking laughing my balls off. And Denise, I love.
And the first part got fucked up.
Yeah, I saw that. I read it in the thing, and then I saw your comment on that. Denise said I look like Al Bundy on steroids, and I was watching it, and my wife was sitting next to me on the couch, and we both started fucking laughing. We thought it was hysterical. I think that comparison is so fucking funny. So check out Denise's. If I'm mispronouncing that, Denise, I'm not sure.
Denise, I think it is. I'm not sure.
But either way, you'll see the video. It's on the Facebook of Muscle Sport Mag page as well. So definitely check it out. Gregg's a guest of his on there, and I thought that was definitely a funny part of the video. But to 212, man, how many fucking guys? It fills up a full lineup card and then two more on the next page if you look at the lineup.
Wow.
Results, card. I'm looking at it now. I mean, shit, man, there was fucking a lot of guys. Marco Rivera. I'm just looking at some names that I'm recognizing. I don't even know who 90% of these fucking guys are. It looks like some of them, a lot of foreign guys. Korean and shit like that. Mexico. I'm looking at, they have where they're fucking from and shit like that. But, yeah.
You know what's funny, though, Joe?
Yeah.
Joe, the New York Pro, back in the day when it was called the Night of Champions, it used to be a show that whoever won that actually had a chance to win the Olympia. Win the Olympia. Lee Haney won it, and then went on to win the Olympia. Samir Banu won it, then went on to win the Olympia. Dorian Yates won it, then went on to win the Olympia. But now it's like a show that, like, to get your feet wet. There's no expo here. There's no, I mean, I really wish that they would work on the New York Pro a little bit more. I mean, it's they could really make that a show of shows. And at one time it was. You remember how we all? I mean, you look forward to that show.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, well,
it was my favorite show by far. It's just that I can't believe it now. It doesn't really draw the headline guys. It gets the guys who want to get their feet wet, the guys who want to jump in their first pro show, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, Kai won it a couple of years ago, not too long ago, actually. So and then Cedric won it. Rowley, when he first was a pro, won it. Victor, so I mean, it's like it does have some names that people fucking jump off the page and shit. Jose Raymond did not compete. He's competed in the past in the New York Pro, but he didn't compete the other day. Sean Clarita, the Giant Killer. Did you ever meet Sean, Greg? Jersey guy. He's so short, but he has got great fucking muscle on. The guy he's so defined, but no matter what, I think his height, even in the 212, where there ain't no Wilt Chamberlains, like they say, I think it's still going to affect him. I mean, he looked like small compared to Craig Richardson.
He's what, 5 feet tall though, right? Isn't he like 5 feet?
He's small, yeah, man. He's fucking. He's a small dude, and this guy Milan Sadek, I'm pronouncing that name wrong. Czech guy. he was standing next to him in the comparisons, and he's so much fucking taller. Even Craig Richardson. I mean, but they said Clarita is put on. He was like 170 at that fucking height. I mean, he didn't have a gut, so he had a lot of fucking size on him. I remember him as an amateur. I seen him a bunch of shows, Weinberger shows. He's a local guy, so he always does them. And then I remember him first got his pro card. I was actually there at the Nationals in Florida. Was it Florida or Atlanta? I forget which one. The one Brian Yersky won the overall. Sean got his pro card there, and he won his weight class, bantam, whatever the fuck it was. And then he won. He won after that. He went and did the 212 after that. Said he's sound trouble. Steve, you got no sound, but Jim's got sound. I'm fucking with a new program here, and with the microphone, I have it juiced up in there. So if there is any audio issues, folks, please advise, because, like I said, this is almost like a live test for me with this new program that I'm using to record for the YouTube feed. Okay, Shuey's got it. I got sound. You can hear me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's a little crack-a-lacking, but I can hear you. I don't know if it's my phone or your. It's crack-a-lacking.
I hear you fucking perfectly. I got the new thing that I use. Instead of a fucking landline, I go right through the computer, direct contact with the Blog Talk Radio feed, and I got you perfect since I've done that. It's been much, much smoother, better to record and to post this stuff. But, yeah, a lot of 212 guys, man. A lot of fucking 212 guys, and I don't even know who most of them are. But I'd rather see them in bodybuilding than in the underwear and fucking board shorts divisions. That's the shit.
Well, that's what's happening now. When they can't do it in bodybuilding, they jump into that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know how I feel about that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
so
it's like bikini.
Joba rules? Nick, are you talking about Joba Chamberlain? Fucking Yankee. I feel the Joba rules, I know.
Is he still in the fucking... I don't even know if he's still in the majors.
He was with the Tigers, I think, last. Any word on Guy Cisternino? We were just talking about it. Somebody said they think he's still in the hospital. I don't even know what it was. I read something saying it was something where his skin looked fucked up. Now, I don't know any details, and I don't want to spread fucking rumors because I don't know anything about it. But obviously, we wish him well because he's a fucking great guy and he's our buddy. So
yeah, he's my boy. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I don't know what they mean by his skin. I don't think he went to the hospital because of skin. Sometimes if you get an infection, Joe, you know, I was the king of that shit. If you get infection, sometimes your skin gets kind of fucked up, like a really, almost like a strange red fucking, it almost looks like you got like psoriasis or something in a blotch. Maybe it was an infection. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell happened.
Posted some things on Instagram earlier today and said he was still in the hospital. Okay, well, then that if he's posting it saying he's still in the hospital. What's up, Joe? Tell Greg I love him. Crazy Hawk loves you, Greg. Crazy Hawk's the Army Ranger guy. So we love
Crazy
you.
Hawk, I love you too, bro. My son is an Army intelligence, so I'm right there with you. And my daughter's about to enter the Marines, so looks like my whole family. My father was Army too, but my son intelligence. My son was up there too in intelligence, so he was in Fort Wainwright, Fort Sill, Fort Wainwright, Goodfellas Air Force Base. He was all over the place.
Fort Wainwright.
He was with Bradley Manning, who's now Chelsea Manning, who Obama pardoned. Obama pardoned, yes.
Pardoned that he or whatever the fuck it was.
That's all bullshit. My son said he thinks that the kid is just trying to do it because he's trying to, like, say, look, I'm nuts, and it worked.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the Corporal Klinger thing, let me get out of here. This guy was like sentenced to 50 years in prison.
Yes. Yeah. And
I'd walk around in a dress too.
Our 44th president, Hussein, pardoned him. Also pardoned Mr. Ortiz, who was FALN. Anybody that is old enough to remember reading about that in the 70s knows how fucking bad that was and how there was.
I remember that shit.
New York City, of course, both of us. And Mr. Ortiz was also pardoned by Hussein, and he is going to march at the Puerto Rican Day Parade as a conquering hero, returning from
they should fucking put a bullseye on his back. And for you guys that don't know, Joe also writes for Dennis Michael Lynch, which is, Google it if you don't know what, So Joe knows a lot of the inside scoop on all this shit. Right, Joe?
Yeah,
Joe,
not really inside scoop, but political stuff, I try to keep myself well versed in, and obviously having the right for, do that as a side gig, I do have to stay on top of it even more if I didn't want to stay on top of it just as a interest of mine. But yeah, I can tell you a lot of fucking screwed up things, about things like that.
Did he pardon Joanne Chesmar too?
No, Joanne Chesmar is in Cuba as a refugee. She is.
I know that. I thought he was going to pardon her too, because they were trying to get her back.
He could pardon her, and then she would be free to come back. Yes,
Joanne. No, but he can't now. He's not in office.
Well, now he can't. Yeah, she was in the BLA, the Black Liberation Army.
Oh, she was bad news. She killed cops and stuff.
Yes, a lot of cops were killed because of people like Ortiz and Chesmar, and a lot of people give them. I'm not one of them, and I don't believe Gregg will ever be either.
I don't forgive them, you're saying?
No, I say a lot of people forgive them. Yeah, no, I said you and I are not people that will.
Not me, man. I put a fucking bullseye right on his back.
Savages like that. Savages. All right, let's get back to fucking bodybuilding, I guess. I got a question. If you know Thackeray, and if you,
I do.
Like a
yes.
Good guy. Gregg does know Thackeray Mubarak. I only know him briefly through when Alessandro.
I know him very well.
Yeah, and they said, what do you think of him? He seems like a good guy. I don't know him well enough to say.
I like him.
Gregg, you said you like him?
He's a great guy, and I'll tell you what. I don't know who Guy is training with right now, but when Guy went from being like amateur to a pro, it was Thackeray who he was he started working with Thackeray. I remember I was with Guy, we were together in Connecticut. And when he peeled his clothes off, he put on, like Thackeray put like 25, 30 pounds on Guy. And I'm talking about ripped, grainy muscle. And I know how Thackeray works. He also worked with Alessandro Saab. He worked with a bunch of our friends. But and I know Thackeray really well. As a matter of fact, I'm the one who called him up on the phone and told him I hooked him up with Alessandro and everything. But he's a really smart guy, Thackeray. He knows his shit.
Yeah.
He knows his shit.
He did good for Cisternino, obviously.
He took him from.
Good. Yeah, no, listen. These guys, I guess one bodybuilder might have a great experience with a guy and say he's the best fucking coach, and then another guy will have a bad experience and say he's the worst fucking coach. And it all really depends on the person. So what works for Guy might not work for Alessandro. And if Thackeray, that's his way, then maybe that's just not the coach for you. And it doesn't mean that he's a bad coach. It just means his style is different from yours. So you got to find a guy
Joe?
Your style.
Very few guys that I can't even really think of any, to be honest with you, that have gone with one coach, one prep guru, coach, whatever you want to call them, and have stayed with that one coach. They've all bounced around. I know that Dave Palumbo was helping Guy before Thackeray, and then I think Guy worked with. I know Guy's also working with what's his name out there, with the dreadlocks in Gold's Gym. Yes, thank you. I don't know why. I know him personally. I can't even remember his name. But I'm saying I know. These guys bounce around. They don't really stick. I don't know of any one person, even Ronnie Coleman, who stuck with one guy. You know what I'm saying? They 1 minute they swear by this one guru and they're all with this guy, and next minute they're with Chad Nichols, and then they're with Hanny Rambod, and then they're with fucking then they're with what's his name over there with Palumbo. They're all over the place. So it's hard to say. Very few guys, George Farah, they bounce around like crazy.
Yeah.
So. And when they're with that guy, whoever, even Oscar Arden, when they're with these guys, they'll
The
fucking, they swear by that guy. Oh, he's the best. So my condition's right on. This is the best I've ever been. And then fucking 6 months later, he's with somebody else, and then he's talking shit about how that guru that he just was greasing his ass is now, oh, he almost ruined me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, of course. Yeah, it's the at the moment where your allegiance lies, and I guess that's human
Even
nature.
Senapati.
But you drive a Chevy, you say the Chevy's the best, and all of a sudden it fucking shits on you. And then you drive a fucking Ford. Are we going to make MSM tank tops? I don't know, Crazy Hawk. I'd like to. They don't sell as easy as T-shirts, so if I get them, I'm probably going to be stuck with a lot of them. I don't have a lot of
Cut the T-shirt. Cut it and make it into that. That's what I do.
Yeah, you can cut it. I mean, I got new T-shirts. I'm actually looking to get new shirts made up. I got a new guy that does all my graphics, and he actually has a whole T-shirt printing machine in the back. And I was at his place the other day. Fucking bought a tablecloth for shows to have future events and stuff, and I'm getting a bunch of things through this guy. Actually makes his own shirts. Kirk's guy, Gregg. Kirk turned me on to this fucking guy. He does everything.
Radomski?
Yeah, his store is 5 minutes from my house. He's got a huge fucking store, and he does caps. He does everything. T-shirts, caps, large prints, small prints, cards. He designs. He's doing the magazine now. So he's going to be doing so much shit for me. I already fucking hired him and paid him fucking for a lot of stuff, and getting some of it soon. So we're going to make shirts up, new shirts, Muscle Sport Mag. I'm going to see if maybe this guy can make a new fucking design, fuck with it a little bit. I figured I'd let him see what he can do, and we'll have a little fun with that. But yeah, he does fucking all the stitching and stuff, for the baseball caps, 3D ones. A lot of stuff I want to get. I just got to see what do I want to buy and what's going to sell, because I don't want to have a fucking box of shit laying around here that's going to be collected dust.
Like I did. I have fucking so many goddamn Jekyll and Hyde shirts from fucking 2003 or whatever it is when we came out with that shit. You know what I mean? I still got them. They fucking sitting there. You know what I mean? They get a garage full of that shit.
I know. That's what I want to avoid. I have some products laying around for quite a while. Old Muscle Sport Mag stuff that I want to fucking get rid of. The new stuff. But yeah, man, fucking. Looking forward to getting stuff. MSM shaker cups. I don't want to do shaker cups because they fucking. Those things fucking peel off on the front.
Do they really?
Yeah, you see like guys that use them and they're fucking old. They get all fucking milk jugs.
Why don't you get MSM water gallon jugs or whatever you said?
Yeah, that's what Jim just said.
Or the milk jugs or whatever. The milk jug. The water MSM milk cartons.
Yes. We're going to get MSM. We got another surprise for you. I got another surprise for Gregg on Wednesday when we record our June show. Yes, I won't say anymore. But there is another prototype out there for Muscle Sport Magazine. I
can't wait to see this.
Nick, you're the one that asked about fucking Yusef Hawkins, too. Now I remember you. He's throwing some real strange fucking names. Carl Pavano. Yes, he must have meant Joba Chamberlain. Now he's throwing Pavano out there. Holy shit. Going to take a pick at Spartan World Champ MSM. Crazy Hawk, I'll fucking publish it. I will publish it if you do that. Please do.
Somebody just asked if Jekyll and Hyde is me, the one that's out there now. No, they stole all our shit, but I was in with somebody else, and I don't have the trademark. I didn't technically own the company. My friends did, and they had a fist fight with each other, so they put the kibosh. But we were around before them, and they have our formula. They even used our fucking. If you look at the font and everything, all they did was turn it sideways. That's like taking Coca-Cola and taking their font and maybe just turning it, horizontal. So my friends don't want to do anything about it, so fuck it. It's not me.
Yeah.
If
you don't have a say in the matter, it's fuck it. Yeah,
we were around before. We were around before them. 2002, I think, is when we opened the company. Yeah. But I didn't own it. I didn't put the money down. I was just a the guy, like formulating shit and doing all that stuff. I don't want to get into a huge rant and ruin things here, but I'm actually one of the guys who I formulated about 3 different supplements that are right now kicking ass, and I got nothing for them, and that's it. So without getting crazy about it. I think Joe. I think I bitched to you about it.
Yeah. No, what are you gonna do? Man?
But that's not me. So I just want you guys to know that whoever asked that, no, that's not me. But they did take all of our shit. They even used one of our recipes.
Recipes.
Art Atwood didn't. I don't know. I don't even know what. Art Atwood's dead. Somebody asked about Art Atwood.
Art Atwood.
Yeah.
Nick is pulling names out of fucking old hats. Nick, he's got some good fucking.
He's dead. I mean, I don't know what he couldn't have stole anything. He's
stole it from the grave.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Fucking stole it. So yeah, fucking Jekyll and Hyde. So you were just like a sponsored athlete that you had to change your.
No, I was the main. You know what it is?
I'm joking. I know what you were for me.
You know how most guys, none of these guys own their own supplement company. That's why, think about it. How could Phil Heath get fired from Gifted Nutrition when he's Phil Heath? You know what I mean? Basically, guys come to you and they say to you, listen, we want to start a supplement line. We'll use you. You're the name. It's your shit. So and these guys are actually my friends. They were all drug dealers from my past with me. And they had a fight with each other. And they killed the company because they hated each other. So now, so I was just a fucking casualty of that war. But we would have kicked ass. We had a lot of shit that they stole from us. So there's nothing I can do. It's not even my thing.
No, what are you gonna do? You were the fucking man in the middle there, and 2 guys were not being fucking friendly anymore. That's gonna fucking screw shit up. But yeah. I always thought that being a sponsored athlete would have been a good thing too. Did you have sponsored athletes for fucking Jekyll and Hyde while it was out there, Greg?
No, they wanted to use me because at that point I was really kicking ass too. In 2002 I had already been with MD already. You know what I'm saying? My column was already kicking, and I was pretty popular. 2003, I was doing the Jay Leno show. So I was out there. So, we could have took on other people, but right now they wanted to start, with me, and my big mouth, and we actually put an ad in MD, a full page ad. They paid for it and everything, but then they had a fight and they pulled the website down. So people were writing to me going, "Hey, dude, I want to order some of that supplement, but I know that there's no website." So in other words, there was an actual full-page ad in the magazine, but you couldn't do anything about it. They disconnected the phone number. You know who one of them is. You know who my one partner is.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. No. I know who you mean.
And then the other one, is from down there where you are. You know what I'm saying? So the 2 of them had a bad fight. So they were like, fuck you. You know what? No, fuck. I'm taking a website down. You know what? Fuck you. I'm disconnecting the phone number. Fuck you. It started like that. And I'm like, okay, this is embarrassing. You know what I mean? So that's why that never went anywhere. So I was stuck with T-shirts and all that bullshit. And I still got the supplements now. They expired in 2007. And I still take them and I get a buzz from them. I got boxes of them. Maybe I should do that in a video. I should fucking, for MD, Jesus Christ, for MSM. Well,
sell your fucking product. Why not? Yeah.
I'll show you the boxes.
Yeah.
We had pallets of that shit. I gave so much of it away, it wasn't funny. At the MD barbecue, I gave shitloads away.
You gave some to me when I first met you. I used it.
Yeah, that was just. But we had a drink coming out. Same thing, Mr. Hyde, all that shit. The original, that was the original thing, Mr. Hyde. And one guy, because that's what I came up with. Because when Dr. Jekyll drank the drink, he turned to Mr. He became bring out. So I coined that thing, bring out the monster in you. You know what I'm saying? And all this shit. And this fucking company stole all that.
It had a very catchy phrase. The whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Awaken your other side.
The colors.
Joe, when you get pissed off, you tell people, don't fucking get me pissed off, bro. You don't want to get that. Don't get that side in me. Everybody's got that side in them. You know what I mean? And I came up with that Awaken Your Other Side. I put it on the bottles and everything, and sure enough, you know what I mean? Boom. This fucking company, it even used our font. It's fucking crazy. But what are you going to do? It's not, fuck them. It's not my money. It wasn't my money. And these two idiots are fighting over the dumbest shit. If you knew what they were fighting over, how it started, you would fucking laugh your balls off. Because one of the guys, the one that you know, wanted to fucking put up posters all over New York City. He went out and bought 10,000 posters. It was going to pay a guy $1 each poster. How do you even know if the guy's putting them up anyway? It's a long story, but then the other fucking partner freaked out. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah. And he used his own money, too. So he dumped $10,000 into that shit just for posters. It put up. It's a long story, but anyway, that's how that went.
Yeah. Now, did Gregg have anything to do with Twin Labs? Only when he worked for MD, and Twin Labs was owned by Blackman's other
Twin
brother.
Labs, no. I had nothing to do with Twin Labs. But Super Pump 250 technically was my product, Super Pump 250 with Gaspari. Because in the 90s, my friend came to me, and we were going to do this thing because of Vinny. Hold on. My girlfriend's reading me the different things. But anyway, so he goes, my friend comes to me and says, listen, what can we do to get a supplement? I said, let's come up with something that pumps you up. Because Vinny Comerford used to tell me, take salt, bro. If you take salt, fuck, bro, you can drink like a little bit of water, put salt on your hand, just keep licking it, and, get all that salt in. After you eat Chinese food, how you get a wicked pump. Well, so I came up with this whole thing. Let's put some sodium and this, that, the other thing. We went down to Garden State Nutritionals, which is now VitaQuest. We went there. We talked to them. They what you do is you give them a recipe of a formula, right? And then this is how supplements are made. They go in, they look at your formula, and they tell you what the legal amounts of this, and this is, and what goes better. Don't use this. Let's use this instead. So they formulated this whole supplement, right? And we never picked it up because, once again, I don't have the money to do that. But these momos I'm in with are fucking fighting with each other, two brothers. And they decided to put the money into something else. This is after we went through all the motions, went through all this. So Garden State Nutritionals formulated this supplement. Nobody picked it up. Rich Gaspari came in here, picked it up, and called it Super Pump 250. And that's how that came. And Dr. Carlin Coker and I came up with that, that shit like the gel that you put on your muscle and you fucking get, they're one of our. Now, I'm not talking about those guys didn't steal anything from us, but we had that same idea. Back in 2000, it was 2003. We went to Bleckman, and that's the one. Remember Bleckman Monster Pump? Remember? You know the story about that. He used to show everybody that shit. That was me and Carlin Coker who came out with that. And then he didn't want to do it because he changed his mind because he was afraid that advertisers wouldn't advertise in a magazine if he started pumping up his own supplement, which Molecular Labs is him. We all know that.
But that's how he killed it. That's how he killed his company. He didn't listen to his own.
But anyway, guys, that's how this industry works. If you bend over, somebody's going to slide your cock up your ass. I'm just letting you know that.
Oh, yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Question from Crazy Whore. Who does more juice, The Rock or Brock Lesnar? I'm going to say The Rock today, but maybe before Brock was sick, I would say Lesnar, because Lesnar played in the NFL for a brief period of time with the Vikings, obviously WWE, and then in UFC. But I think once he got that diverticulitis and he had to take some time off, and then he came back in both sports, wrestling and UFC. He went back on the shit, obvious, you can tell. But I think him being older now and he doesn't have the chops like The Rock has as far as making money without doing an athletic activity, even of wrestling. I don't think he's doing it anymore, but I think The Rock needs to maintain because he wants to still see look his best, like he's in this fucking Baywatch movie now. So what do you think, Greg? The Rock or Brock?
I think that Lesnar might take more steroids. I don't know. I think The Rock takes a lot of stuff, but he wants to look GQ. He doesn't want to look huge. The Rock used to be puffier and had bad bitch tits not too long ago. You know, back when he was when he first got into wrestling. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But now he got them taken care of, and he wants to be GQ. Lesnar's still really jacked. And by the way, whoever just asked me if I knew Dan Duchesne, did I know Dan Duchesne? I fucking knew him really well. He used to stay over Bob Bonham's house. I remember one time I was talking shit about him, and I didn't realize he was standing right behind me in the kitchen. He laughed though, you know. But I knew Dan Duchesne really well.
Who takes
I'm
more
sorry,
shit
somebody just asked that.
Fucking Mark, you're fucking funny, brother. Who takes
What'd he
more
say?
Shit? He says, "Who takes more shit, you or I? We're both natural."
Dude, I wish I could take more shit. The problem is too with me is that yes, I already answered that. My girlfriend keeps saying to me with their about Dan Duchesne. Yes, I told you I know Dan Duchesne very well. I knew him. The problem with me, Barbells, is that I'm afraid. I'm 57 years old. I'm going to be 57 very shortly, and I'm afraid. I don't want to get too. I can get jacked, super jacked, but then I don't want to be 275 pounds again at fucking 5'6", and then have a heart attack and be one of the guys you guys talk shit about, you know, when I die and shit on the internet, you know. So I want to live. So I don't want to get too big anymore. That's not my goal.
Yes, I wish I had such problems that I didn't want to get too big. I can't get too big.
Nah, you don't want that, Joe. You're 50 now, aren't you?
I'm fucking. The way I feel now, I'm fine. I don't get. As long as I feel like an old fat fuck, that's all I.
No, but you look good. Like when I see those pictures of you, like when you were working at MD and all, and you were getting lean and you look really good. Your face was tight and shit, and you know. And I know you're trying to go back that way, aren't you, or no?
Yeah. No, I want to feel a little. You know, summer's here almost. You know, we're wearing fucking. You know, we go to the pool or the beach. You know, I want to look fucking tight again. I used to have nice fucking flat stomach and a little bit of abs, and some days I still feel that way, but I get fucking bloated. I get very bloated.
But at our age, Joe, you got to watch. You know, you don't want to get too big. That's the thing. These guys don't realize that.
Bro, I'll never get too big because I don't work out like that. My fucking training is fucking probably a lot of fucking gayness involved in it. I don't like doing fucking heavy compound lifts anymore. I can't. I'm too lazy. It hurts.
I don't blame you. Yes, I'm still doing. Somebody just asked if I'm still doing Generation Iron. Of course I am. Yes, we film in about 2-3 weeks. Generation Iron 3, and they're actually renting out a sound stage. So this one is good. When you see this Generation Iron 3, is going to knock your socks off. And by the way, I'm in Generation Iron 2. So, MSM, we're all over the place. I'm in Generation Iron 2. I don't even know what part they put in there. I know that they wanted me to do more, but I just know I ranted like a motherfucker. And, yes, Generation Iron 3 begins filming shortly. They got a few surprises for you guys with that one. So it's gonna really kick ass. It's gonna blow away the last two. I can tell you that. So.
You had to share the
Somebody
billing.
just asked. I don't know who asked.
Bring a Fedra back. Crazy Hawk.
Oh, no. Who said that? I love that, dude. Oh, now you're talking, Crazy Hawk. I just got an erection. I fucking love, dude. I love ephedrine, man. There was nothing better than that shit. Those dimetrodines, oh, my God, bro. And, dude, do you remember Blackman's Ripped Fuel?
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro, that shit. Oh, fuck. Ripped Fuel was I'm sure if any of you, Joe, you must have drank a Ripped Fuel back in the day. Did you ever drink a Ripped Fuel?
Yeah, but that's the stuff that killed Steven Belcher, right? The Baltimore Orioles fucking.
You know what though? If you have a heart ailment and you take that shit, that they claim probably taking cocaine with it and shit.
No, listen, I don't think that killed him. I mean, I did say it, but I didn't really mean it like that. The guy was a fat fuck anyway, and he was not eating. He was not drinking water. There was a lot of other things connected to it. Same thing with the Vikings lineman. I think it was a year later or something. He died in fucking training camp, and it was like 90-something degrees, and they didn't get any water breaks. And they changed a lot of the fucking rules in both sports in their training camps, respective camps, because of those two guys dying. But they were saying they were using the ephedrine, and that's why that they really fucked them up. But they didn't do other stuff, dehydrated. Yeah,
and Nikki Taylor, the model, but she had a heart ailment.
Yeah.
Was it Nikki Taylor or Chrissy Taylor? One of the sisters. The one of them died, the younger sister. She was a really good-looking girl. Remember, she's the one who started the whole ephedrine. That's really what brought it out was when she died because she was using it for weight loss, but she wasn't eating, and they didn't know that she had an underlying heart defect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you take an amphetamine and you have a heart defect, you're in trouble.
Yeah. No, if you use shit like that, it races your heart, and if you have a fucking, like you said, a pre-existing condition, especially if you don't know about it, then obviously.
The only bad thing, Joe, you wouldn't like this. The only bad thing I know you would, I don't know if you remember, but if you took a dimetrodine or something, your dick gets like you came out of a cold swimming pool because you can't get a really hard on. And when you run into the bathroom to pee and like 3 drops come out, but you feel like you know what I mean, like that kind of shit. It doesn't. It kills your sex drive because it makes your prostate swell while it's hitting you. But God damn it, you could run through a fucking wall, put fucking 75 pounds on your bench press in just that day. It's just sick. It's sick.
I guess it will be to use it right after you have sex, either with yourself or someone else. So then you have a little leeway. You don't think you're going to be doing it in 3-4 hours from then.
Oh, yeah, it's a hard-on killer.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that at all. But speaking of hard-on killers, we're having fun talking, but I need to do the commercials.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back, guys.
In a world of advanced bodybuilding supplementation, the numbers don't lie. Fact, Iron Mag Labs is among the fastest growing hardcore supplement companies in the world. Fact, when it comes to no-nonsense, cutting-edge products, nobody delivers results like Iron Mag Labs. Fact, the Iron Mag Labs line of innovative formulation has set a new industry standard with products that are helping world-class bodybuilders reach levels they never thought possible. Iron Mag Labs is a proud supporter of bodybuilders everywhere. Discover the most hardcore bodybuilding supplements on the market. Visit IronMagLabs.com today.
And of course, when you visit IronMagLabs.com, you're going to order 4 and only pay for 3. How fucking cool is that, man? I'm holding right here their enhanced thermogenic fat burner, FV2 lean fuel. I'll show the Instagram camera and the YouTube camera. This is not a thermogenic like fucking what's his face. Hey, Carlos, what's going on, bro? Travis, how are you guys? This isn't a thermogenic like Bleckman gives you, which just gave me fucking straight up fucking Montezuma's Revenge style diarrhea.
I remember that.
Yes.
I remember.
Pour me a new asshole, literally. And so
I remember that shit. Try this shit out. It's great.
Oh my God.
Dude, you know what the problem is? He puts so much cayenne pepper. Why do these guys do that? Guys, if you own a supplement company or anybody's out there, even Mark Lubliner with that MTS fucking shit, holy fuck, it's like swallowing fire. That ain't going to do anything. I don't even want to take it. I got a fucking free bottle. I can't give it away at the gym. Everybody, I give it to my friends. You know what they all say? Dude, I can't take that shit. It's killing my stomach.
Greg, my asshole was so inflamed I couldn't have sex for a fucking month.
Joe, I remember that. Not because you and I were having sex.
Nobody fucking stopped me.
But I remember you telling me, holy fuck. And then Steve Blackman said, yeah, maybe I'll change the formula.
Yeah, a little too late for my fucking sphincter.
I remember you fucking telling me, oh, my God, that killed me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's funny.
I would spend half the day in the bathroom while I was working there because he would fucking, who wants to try it? I'm like, I'll try anything. I don't give a fuck,
Right.
Fucking,
if it's free, it's for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking supplement. I didn't think it was a fat burner, so I always feel like I want to lose a little fucking pudge. I figured, why not? Holy shit, was that a fucking mistake? And like an asshole, I had a bottle I found laying around of their nighttime formula. I actually still had it laying around. I said, you know what? Now that I'm trying to lose weight again, let me see. Maybe this nighttime formula wasn't like the other one. So I figured it was even expired. It was maybe a year expired. Popped a few. I'm shitting like an animal. I said, you know what? Fuck it. And I'm like, why do I keep shitting? I'm like, Oh, that fucking Blackman shit. So, yes, Iron Mag Labs Thermogenic will not make you shit all over yourself, unlike Advanced Molecular Labs does. The Pepsi Challenge will show you Advanced Molecular Labs is diarrhea-inducing, and Iron Mag Labs Thermogenic is not. About 2 minutes to go in the show. 2 minutes to go in the show. Hey, sure, guys, the new issue is in. I know I showed this the other day, I believe. That is the new issue.
Fletcher.
C. fucking T. Fletcher, who has been posting all over Instagram and Twitter mostly. Greg, the guy has been fucking posting, reposting, retweeting. Wrote he's going to frame this when he gets it. He said that he's his ugly face. Thank you for putting my ugly mug. And I said, you brought some class to the cover, CT, in comparison to some of the fucking covers of the past and the people that have been on them. So I love CT. And CT joined us a few weeks ago, right here on this very program, on the Instagram feed, like you guys are right now. So fucking CT has got the utmost respect from us. We fucking love this guy. And I cannot wait to see
It's about time, though, you put a guy in a cover that promotes, like, not for nothing, but if you guys out there were going to be on a cover of a magazine, wouldn't you fucking, promote that shit? You know how many guys we put on a cover? They don't even, I don't know. You know what I'm saying.
Some did.
Some did. Jerry Ward did.
Yes. Did. Boston did.
Boston Lloyd did.
Lee Priest has been fucking guys from the
Lee Priest has done it, yep.
So, start doing the math.
And so did Zach. So did Zach Kahn. Zach Kahn put pictures of himself reading it.
I forgot about Zach Kahn. Yes, Zach did. Even Craig Goliath did a lot of posts and stuff like that. So
I didn't see that.
Yes, he did. Start to see who we haven't been mentioning and what is their common denomination. What makes them all the same. Robert Frank will be on our show. We are doing the show on Wednesday. We're recording June shows. So, Shuey, thank you so much for hooking that one up. Robert Frank's new thing on rompers, men wearing rompers, is hysterical. I highly recommend everybody out there, Greg, you included, if you haven't seen Robert Frank's fucking tirade, it's like...
Oh, that's the guy. Wait a minute. That's the guy in the car. You fucking motherfucker. You know, like that guy?
Yes. He is. We interviewed
funny.
him on Wednesday.
Oh, good. I like that guy.
He's a fucking funny fucking guy. And sure, we hooked that one up. 50-something seconds remaining. So, guys, thanks once again for joining us on the Greg and Joe Show. And thanks, of course, to Iron Mag fucking Labs. I fucking love them like a motherfucker. And, of course, thank you for everybody joining us on that fucking feed. You guys make it fucking fun and crazy and silly at the same time. So, Greg, that will do it.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday, right? Am I right or wrong? We're going to do Luke Quickie on Wednesday?
We'll do some live Instagram on Wednesday. Like Greg just said, I forgot to mention that. Thank you for reminding me, Gregorio. Yes, Wednesday we are recording in the afternoon. We'll pop in a little bit and say hi on the Instagram Live. So for Greg Valentino, this is Joe Pietaro. We will see you guys next time.